Hey, so yes, the changes have been announced for some of these cards. Some big nerfs were happening, and yeah, it's kind of weird. I was expecting some other cards to be nerfed, but some of the ones that they did release were fine. I was kind of happy with them. It was 7 cards, and over here I have some cards I wanted to kind of talk about. But anyway, let's start with the 7. It's gonna be Baphomet, Princess Snow White, Tobe, Grimnir, Goblin Leader, Ouroboros, and Spawn of the Abyss. Now I'm kind of, uh, you know, kind of siding because there were some cards that you would expect to get nerfed that weren't as threatening. Like I said, Princess Snow White, she's not as threatening as some of the cards that I can even think about. And Ouroboros. Ouroboros is annoying, but if you were to nerf some other cards, I would not pick Ouroboros. Uh, I would pick something like Sybil. Oh, I don't like that card at all. It's too much. He has too much stats. But anyways, before we start ranting, let's start with the big nerfs that I'm kind of happy with. Baphomet. This guy is no longer gonna be able to put a 5 attack cost follower from your deck into your hand, and then on turn 5, if you play him with enhance, subtract 3. This makes for game breaking stuff. You can do a lot of broken shenanigans with powerful legendaries. And if in the future they release a strong legendary for Bloodcraft that has more than 5 attack, you're just gonna keep playing Baphomet. Keep Baphomet and play it on turn 6, and then you have to keep dealing with these new legendaries that have insane effects on turn 6. That I do not like. Thank goodness his new effect is gonna be that he puts a random Bloodcraft follower. That's it. He's not gonna be 5 attack or less. It's just gonna be random. And he's not gonna be able to have to. He's not gonna be able to subtract 3 from its cost. So it's gonna be for a healthy game. I like it. He's still a decent card. He's a very good card. In fact, without any of those effects, just getting the random Bloodcraft power is fine. It's in Swordcraft you have a 1/1 that gives you a commander, which is nice. It's not specific, but it's just like Baphomet. So it's a Bloodcraft follower. It's kind of not the exact same, but it's more in line with in terms of power. Tobe, his stats are ridiculous. Why can a 2-drop somehow be a 5/5? And that's not even the big issue that he can have a big body, right? The big issue is that he's a 3/3 that it's hard to deal with. Not all classes can kill this, and even if you kill this, when you're playing against neutral blood and they're going first and they have this Goblin Leader and to Alice, you just lose the game a huge percent of the time. It's almost, I would say almost 95%, 90 to 95% of the time you lose the game if their blood is going first and they were to curb this out. Toe, Goblin Leader, and to Alice, and they just get Baphomet and finish you off with Spawn of the Abyss. Ugh, it's just dirty, man. It's not cool. Princess Snow White, this card is not very threatening. I would much rather see something else get nerfed, but I guess it's fine. So when Snow White dies, she becomes a 2/3, and she basically a 2/3. You can literally kill her off. She evolves and kills off your 3-drop. Most of the time, she stays alive as a 2/1. And I guess it's pretty strong. It's pretty powerful. They're gonna make her so that when she evolves, she's gonna be a 2/2, which is fine. It makes for a more balanced card, but she's not that threatening. She's a 1/2. I mean, I'm not really scared of that. It's not like I'm gonna die because of her attack. Unlike Tobe over here, I'd much rather see a Snow White being dropped on turn 2 than a Tobe. But anyways, Grimnir. This man is obnoxious. Thank goodness he's finally nerfed. He's not gonna deal damage to the leader, only the minions. He's gonna deal 1 damage 4 times, and that's gonna be it. That's a great nerf, because I don't mind if there's a 3-drop or like a 2-drop that in the late game is like really powerful, but it can be insanely ridiculously powerful. Like dealing damage to minions is cool, but when you deal damage to the face and minions, you're just stepping over the line there. Just because some class you can use the card in ways that it's not really about the card's effect. It's more like you want to use it as burst damage and wave board clear. Like, you know, you can just finish off your opponent with Grimnir. You don't really have to worry about dealing damage to the minions part. It's just insane. But anyways, Goblin Leader, they butchered this card, man. Like, if it was just so at the end of the turn he summons a goblin, which is pretty oppressive. It makes it, when you combine this with Alice, really insane. But if it was at the start of your turn, that would have probably been okay. Or if it was just one time, he just summons one and that's it, that would probably be maybe decent. But I still wouldn't guarantee that's a good idea. So yeah, they made him a 4 play point, and that basically butchers him. He's dead. He's a 2/3. It's gonna be a 2/3 on turn 4 instead of the 3 point. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It just makes Alice more balanced, and that kind of rhymed a little bit. Anyway, so Alice, no, she wasn't really one of the nerfed one, but I don't mind Alice being the same. There's nothing wrong with Alice. The only thing that makes Alice broken is Goblin Leader, just because you have so many bodies on board. Something's gonna get buffed, and then you can trade up with it and out-tempo your opponent. But Ouroboros, not the most threatening dragon card in my opinion. I would much rather see something like Sybil Nerf rather than Ouroboros. But I guess Ouroboros is pretty annoying, especially for like take 2. Oh my god. Anyway, I'm just talking about some different stuff, take 2. But still, it's really annoying to deal with Ouroboros. The fact that he keeps healing dragon and killing off your creatures, or hitting you in the face with 3. And finally, the big man himself, Spawn of the Abyss. Thank goodness. I don't know whose bright idea it was to make a minion like this. Whenever he attacks, he deals damage equals to his attack. So, not all of the time, but a good amount of the time, you're hitting your opponent for 16 damage on turn 6. In a game where you only have 20 life, there's no way. Get me out of this game, please. This is too much. I can't deal with a Spawn of the Abyss. It's too much. I don't like it. Even though I have myself the Spawn of the Abyss. I played it because it was OP, but it's just not fun to play with against. Yeah, he's just gonna be deal 5 damage regardless of his attack. So even if you evolve him, he's still gonna deal 5 damage, and you're gonna be a lot better. So yeah, it's gonna be really good. So I don't know, I think some of the cards that were left out were like, for example, Demonlord Eachtar is the only one that comes to mind besides Sybil. I don't like his second effect over here. It's too much. It's overpowered. It's way too strong. Like if Demon Lord Eachtar over here, if it was just the zombies with rush, that's fine. But the fact that he gives them attack buff to all your minions, it makes it so that he can burst you down if he has minions in play. That's just too much. Like, I don't mind the zombies being able to flood the board with this, but get rid of the attack buff and we have a decent legendary that's not completely butchered, but still extreme, really powerful. Some of the cards I want to talk about are Edge Eyes. For Edge Eyes, I just think he's not really oppressive. He's not like super ridiculous. I just think if you make him a 7/7, he's better because on turn 9, if you evolve him, he can kill you in 2 turns. That's guaranteed. If you make him a 7/7, then he will have to be a 9/9. I don't know. You can it gives you an extra turn. Right? Yeah. In most cases now, it gives you at least an extra turn, because at 10/10 you're just gonna die either the following turn or 2 turns from then. Yeah, he's not really insanely sick. Like whenever I'm playing against Edge Eyes, I don't feel like I lost the game due to Edge Eyes being so ridiculous. I don't know. I just never feel threatening with against an Edge Eyes deck. So some of the cards I do have here is just that I think they're gonna be better or changed, better or worse. Let's see. For Maelstrom Serpent, I think this card is gonna be worse. Of course, there's gonna be a lot of Bloodcraft decks that are gonna be butchered or not gonna be as good because the changes to Bafflement. In my opinion, this is good, man. Allows for a more healthier game. This is too much. It makes it for every legendary that Blood's gonna get now just to be ridiculous. On turn 6, get that out of here, man. It's too much. Beauty and the Beast gonna be really good now that they nerfed Spawn of the Abyss. So I'll probably craft 2 more copies of this. Runecraft in general, it's gonna be good. Again, so I just whenever you nerf Spawn of the Abyss, it's her effect. This thing's effect. It's just healthier for a lot of decks. Yeah, I think just Rapunzel is gonna be like a decent card. Like if you want to play neutral, I will put this. It's just a really big body, but it's just so good. I don't know. Maybe I just have a preference for Rapunzel just because she has a huge body and then it's really good. It's just a 3/6 with Alice. Pretty sick, man. But yeah, that's about it. Scarlet Saber here. She's still a decent card. A lot of the time, this thing 2 or 3 for 1. So can't believe it's still out there. But anyways, that's kind of been my review of my opinion, the nerfs and patches. This thing got through Mr. Demonlord Agdar, but you know, for now it's still good. I like the fact that Baphomet and Spawn of the Abyss are nerfed, of course. Mr. Big Knuckle, this guy has too much stats, too much going on. I was hoping for that, a little bit of a tone down on his abilities, but you know, what we got was still okay. So hopefully we could see some in the future, some nerfs to some of these legendaries to tone them down a little bit. Not all of them. There are not that many threatening things now that you get rid of this, right? It just makes for a lot more competitiveness out of some other classes. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. These patches are gonna be released soon. They didn't say when, I think, but for now, you know, the fact that we know what's gonna be nerfed, you know, at least we're gonna get some nice vials out of this, so you can craft your whatever class you want and craft your nice deck and have fun. Anyways, peace. I'm out. Hope you enjoyed this commentary, and I'm out. Peace. Later.